All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get this underway. So, gonna wait till around 8:35 for everybody to get in here, and then we'll get it all kicked off and started. Gonna post on Twitter here. There we go. We are live on YouTube. Let's see, did that work? Perfect, awesome. Now I'm gonna put it in the Discord. There we go. All right. Let's get in here. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna wait till 8:35, have everybody kind of tune in and slowly roll in here. Once 8:35 hits, we'll hit the ground running and we'll get it going. Oscar, good morning, my man. How you doing? Patrick, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jamarcus, what's going on, man? Good morning, good morning. All right, let's get it started. We'll wait till 8:35, let everybody roll in here, and then we'll kind of get it kicked off. Hopefully you guys have all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas holiday and are ready to end the year strong. Ruben, good morning. Connor, good morning. Dally, my man, what's going on? It's time. Let's go. Yes, sir. Didier, good morning. Michael, what's going on? Kathleen, good morning, good morning, good morning. Love it, love it, love it. All the early birds are here. Love to see it. I see you are pretty enough today. I'm wearing a toque because I am not pretty enough today. Eric, my man, what's going on? Good morning, Mr. Evans. Welcome to the morning show. Ray, good morning, good morning. All right, all right, all right. A few 4 minutes. Good morning, you sound better. Yes, definitely. I definitely do sound better. Kicked its ass one more time. 2 times in 1 year, baby. Let's go. CK, good morning, good morning. All right, all right. Let's get this started here. Gonna wait a few more minutes. Have everybody tune in. So that way we are all on the same page. And then we can get it popping. Nancy, good morning. How you doing? Nancy is a legend. Numero 1. Good morning. All right, all right, all right. So, I guess we can talk about the lack of volume in the market all week, huh? Definitely been a little bit slow. Last 2 days have been pretty sideways action in regards to the market overall. But it is what it is. It is the last week of the year, so that tends to kind of happen here. Dally, yes. For those of you that are here, please go ahead and smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Myra, good morning. Connor, I'm sick with COVID. Ain't stopping me. That's right, baby. Let's go. You and me both. Skyzen, good morning, my man. Sky Zone in the house. Jobless claims are out. Yes. Good note there. Let me take a look at the jobless claims. Looks like it came out better than expected. It's a good thing. 206K or 208K was the forecast, and we came in 198K. So better than expected there. All right, guys, waiting a few more minutes. Gonna wait till 8:35. Let everybody slowly roll in here. I know it's Thursday, the week before the new year. So gonna give everybody some opportunity to kind of tune in here. Amari, good morning. Big Bank Thursday. Ooh, I like that. Big Bank Thursday. I'm in line to get tested. Oh. You're gonna catch COVID in the line itself. AJ Santa rally? Yeah, I mean, maybe after the New Year's. Not much volume here the last few days. Samik, good morning. Edgar, good morning, my man. Alika, what's going on? Good morning. All right, we're going to wait one more minute and we'll get it kicked off. We'll get it kicked off. Gabrielle, good morning. Awesome, awesome. So we're getting a few more people rolling in here. Love to see it, love to see it. Jukluk. Jukluk, did I pronounce that right? Jukluk. Ola, what's going on, man? All right, guys, 8:35. We are good to go. Morning from Norway. No, well, afternoon for me. Good morning, Eden. All right, guys, so let's get it started here. 8:35, we get things kicked off. And what do we got? We're going to deal with the SPY as well as the Qs to start with. Then we'll get into it in regards to some of the free alerts I've posted on Twitter. And then we'll take your questions. So if you guys do have questions about a certain ticker, make sure you let me know the ticker name as well as what you plan on doing with it. Do you plan on trading it for a day trade, short term, calls, puts, long term, swing trade, etc.? That way it gives me a good idea of what you want to do and I can kind of give you my opinion and thoughts on it. All right, so in regards to the market, guys, on this day when we pulled back down, gap down, put in this hammer, we talked about that 455 level being pretty vital, and then we really just took off here and didn't really look back. What did we put in? We put in a little bit of a W here on the market, and that 473, which was that prior high, we broke through it fairly well and now kind of consolidating. All right, so today is Thursday, and these two candles pretty much tell us that we're not really going anywhere. We're opening up, coming down, going down, popping back up. Pretty much two indecisive candles happening right here in the market. All right, but what levels do we need to monitor going into today's session? And I'm going to show you guys that just now. Let me pull up my levels on here. Perfect. So what are we looking at here? If we zoom out, we can see that this area right here at this 478, 478.60, 478.80 is starting to become an area of resistance that we're having a hard time getting over, right? So that's the level that we need to monitor today on the upside. If we can plow this 478.61 level early in the session, if we can get above it and hold within the first 5-10 minutes, it would be a great sign that we can actually continue to move higher. But if we do what we did in the last sessions and kind of pop up and wick back down, then it becomes a little bit of an issue where we might get stuck back in this range that we've been in the last 2 days. All right, so for the upside, what I'm looking for here, guys, I need this 478.60 to clear. If we can clear that, then we can look for moves up towards the 479.50, 479.90. All right, now this is going to be an area of pretty much, this is the all-time highs that we triggered here. Anyways, we need to get through these levels here. This is going to be an area of resistance that we're going to be fighting. If we do get through that, we could see a possibility move towards the 482. Right, but that's a long way to go. So first we need to get over this 478.61, then we fight this area, and then we can attempt to track slowly back up here, but that's very far to go. First targets I'm looking at here is the 479.90, 479.50 if we do plow through this 478.60. Now on the downside, what are we looking at? If we reject this, if we fail to hold above this, then we're going to look to roll back down to the 477 and then the 476.03. Look how well this level was respected the last 2 days, right? If we penetrate this level and fail to hold it, then possibilities of 474 and 473.50 are definitely in the works if we decide to lose that 476. All right, so keep these levels on your charts. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. Upside moves, we need a close over the 478.61 to continue higher, or if we penetrate and come back down and lose the 477, we could see moves down to the 476 area. Okay, that's as far as the SPY goes. Now let's just jump back out, go to the Qs, and what are we looking at for the Qs, right? Slightly weaker versus the market overall, because the market overall, if we take a look, we penetrated that W, we came back up, we're sitting at these all-time high levels on the SPY. Excuse me. Now, when we took a look at the Qs, we can see that we're still kind of stuck. We're at that W level neckline where we need to kind of penetrate and continue high. So what are we looking at here in regards to the levels on the SPY? Let's take a look at the levels. All right, perfect. Let me see. There we go. So with the Qs, we can see that there's still resistance up here at this 403.60, 403 level, right? We struggled here in the pre-market. We struggled here 2 days ago, and we're kind of struggling here again at this 403.40, 403 level. So that's the level we kind of need to monitor here. If we can get it back above this 403.30, 403.60 level, great. Then we're going to be in a position where we were with the SPY. And if we crack that level to the upside, we have room to that 405.50 and ultimately the 408.52. Now this 408.52, 408.70 is actually the all-time highs on the Qs. So we're going to see some resistance up here as well. We'll keep an eye on that level, see how it acts. We will need some sort of serious strength and volume to kind of push through that. And given that volume has been really low, we'll have to monitor to see how we react up here. But the move up is going to be over this 403.30, 403.60. Then we can continue to look for a move higher here. Okay. Now, if we pull down, reject, and we lose this 493 level, 400.93 level, then we can see further downside to the 399.48. Why? Because it was respected here as well. And then under that, 398.62. Okay. So these are a few levels you guys can kind of monitor here. Take note of these. These are pretty, these levels that I've used, I use them every single day, and I come into the market with these levels, and oftentimes they work out very well. And having a game plan for the market overall is vital to how you outlook things when you're looking at certain stocks. Okay, so keep an eye on those. And yeah, so with that said, let's go into the free alerts. I haven't really looked into the chat, so if you guys are asking me questions, just hang on tight there. Once I get over these free picks, then we can go and discuss the questions that you guys have. So what are we looking at here? We got Disney, BA, and Pfizer. All right, let's take a look at Disney to start. What are we looking at? Disney, we're looking at, pull up the Disney chart here. All right, so what are we looking at Disney? We got Disney. Preferably, I actually like it on the downside here. Okay, if we break that 154.50, which is right here, this little support that we have the last few days, you can see the clear support here. If we break that 154.50, we could try to fill this little pocket that we have here in the last on the 15-minute chart. Right, we have this significant move up. We have support. If that support breaks, we can very easily fall into this pocket. Right, that's the idea here on Disney. Now on the upside, because again, we do have a flag. Once this flag breaks, it can break to the upside or the downside, right? So what are we looking at here on Disney on the upside? If we can break this 156, which is a clear resistance level right here, then we can look to kind of plow through this 156.50 level and move higher on that, okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking at in regards to Disney. Under the 154.50, we're looking for puts. And over the 156, we're looking for calls because it has room to the upside, all right? Next one on the list is BA. So BA, looking at the 202.50 puts, once it gets under the 202.50, why is that? Again, we have this support right here at 202.50. It seems like it's coming down and just creating a downtrend here. Once we break that 202.50, we could see that pull down to the 258 level, which is a support right here, and under that 199, right? But where does this reverse? If we can pop back over that 204.50 level, which is right above here, we have some support right here at 204.50. If we can break over that 204.50, we could try to track back to the 205.50 and ultimately that 206.50, all right? But ideally, I would want to see this come under the 202.50 is what I'm really paying attention to on BA on the downside, all right? Now, Pfizer, what are we looking at in regard to Pfizer? All right, Pfizer, we can see that we have clear resistance right here at this 58 level, right? And we have this support down at 57.50 area, right? So if we can get over the 58 level on Pfizer, I think we could very easily push to try to fill this little pocket that we had from the other day when we sold off aggressively and broke all that support, right? Over the $58, we could see pushes back up to that 58.98, but a dollar move here And if we get back under the 57.50, then I'm looking to kind of take this to the downside and break lower through these supports and fall down towards that 56 area, 55.72. All right, those are in regards to the free trades. I'm gonna hop into chat here, see what questions you guys have for me now. If you're looking for certain tickers, let me know. I'm just gonna start from the bottom. If I do miss any of your tickers, guys, please don't hesitate to message me on Twitter. Let me know what I missed, and I'll talk to you guys about it on there. But we'll go ahead and go through some of the chat here and see what people are thinking. So first person is asking me about Facebook December 31st, 3:45 calls. Let's take a look. So first and foremost, your expiry is way too soon, especially if you plan on swinging this thing. So if your move doesn't happen today, your option is going to go to worthless. You guys really need to understand how to choose your strikes and expiries. You guys need to understand what your outlook is. If you're planning on swinging something and holding it for multiple days, using same week expiry is detrimental. It's not something you should be doing. Yes, on Twitter you see people posting 500% gains. That's because they're choosing same week expiries with high risk and they're getting lucky with it, right? With Facebook here, I don't really see any bullish pattern here. We do have support at the 341. As far as a short-term expiry goes for December 31st, which is tomorrow, I really don't see much here in it, except if we do hold this 341 level, then yes, you have the possibility of pushing back up to this 345. I'm not sure when you got in, but if we end up holding the 344, you can actually look to track back to the 348 if the market is strong enough on that one. All right. How do you get the levels? The levels are based on prior support and this resistant lines, Fibonacci's, and pivot points. Tesla recall calls over Tesla. So a lot of people are tripping out. Every time there's news in the headlines about Tesla, people just freak out. Ooh, Tesla recalled cars because the trunk isn't working. So what? Cars in the world get recalled every single day. Don't let the news affect your judgment. Just trade the charts. Right now, without knowing what is going on out there in regards to the news, Tesla looks like if it breaks 1070, it's going to fall to the 1056 and then the 1043. All right, that's it. This is support. It's getting lower and lower. It's putting in higher lows, higher lows. Now, once this support level of 1070 breaks at the open, if it does, we're going to fall to the 1056, right? Stick to your charts, trade your charts. Don't let these manipulated articles affect your thinking. Tesla recalls 400,000 vehicles in regards to their trunks having issues. So what? It really doesn't matter. Called another one. I came back. How you find these plays for watch list? I go through my own search. There's a video on YouTube on how I find my stocks. I go through that specific process exactly. CCL short-term puts. Let's take a look at CCL. Let's take a look at the daily on CCL. So for me to buy puts on CCL, you can see that we've pushed up here and kind of consolidating. For puts to take place, I need to get under 20 level. Once we get under that 20 level, you have this nice little pocket on the daily that you could try to fill to. Maybe then I will take puts. So right now, really undecisive, going up and down between 20 and 21.30. Not ready yet. We need a level of support to break so we can accelerate into those puts that you're thinking about. You call above 145.20. Let's take a look at you. Call over 145.22. 145.22. So I'm assuming you're talking about a day trade. 145.22. I'm not against this. You have this resistance here from yesterday at 145.20. The only thing you'll really fight is this level right here, which is not much, the 145.35. Then over that, you have room to kind of push back up. So I'm not too worried about this one. If you want to take that, it does have room at least to the 147.60 as well. So I'm okay with that. If you want to take that over the 145.20, 145.30 even maybe to clear this level, then it would be okay. I'll be okay with that. Simon. MQ looking long term. Let's take a look at MQ. Let's take a look at a daily on MQ. All right, so MQ long term. I went to my maximum chart on this. It looks like it recently IPO'd. Yeah, I think so. And you know, we're pretty much in a downtrend right now. So you really want to be careful with starting a long-term position. I haven't looked at the financials of this company. I don't know what their outlook is. Maybe you have, and you find value in this company, and that's great. But you have to understand where the stock is headed right now. It broke the 20 and the 50 moving average. It's coming downwards. It seems like this 20 moving average is acting as resistance, so you want to give yourself at least 1 to 6 times the ability to add to your long term. You want to cost average down and tell yourself what's the worst case scenario. Can this come down to $8? You have to have the ability to add, because we've seen stocks go from $300 all the way down to 110, 90, 80 bucks, right? So do your research, understand you're owning this and for the long term, and be okay with this if this does decide to drop 50% in price and come down to the $8 area. All right, so again, if you want to start here, I would probably start 1/6 of a position or even 1/7 of a position on this one. Yes, Nancy, I appreciate you. For those of you guys that are here still, go ahead and smash that like button. I will greatly appreciate it. Smash, 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 smash. Opinion on Piton long on shares with an average of 41. Was planning on holding long term, but it's killing me. Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of stuck on this and getting murdered here. The good thing is you might be out of the, and not that you might be out, but the selling might stop soon. And by soon, I mean if it comes down to this $30 area, it might start finding its basing here. The other good thing is your average is not too bad. $41 is not too bad, right? This is why I say if you started in a position in the long term, you want to look to average down at least 1 to 5, 1 to 6 times, and really look at these moving averages. If a stock is downtrending and under both these moving averages, do you really want to go all in on your long term, right? You got a lot of moving averages to get back above before we can start seeing bullish activity, right? You're just fighting the trend at this point. And if you're going long term, you want to give yourself the ability to cost average down, right? I mean, this does have room to come down to that $30 area, and then hopefully it consolidates and then pops back up to the 41. I mean, I don't know how big of a position you have, but if I were you, I would cost average towards a support of $30 and then look to get that pop back up towards the 41. Lucid triple bottom pattern, lotto calls for this week. I'm not a fan of the triple bottom pattern at all, and I don't really see it on the daily here, so I'm not sure which time frame you're referring to. But to me, if Lucid decides to break this 35.30 level, it's got room to fall to the 33, right? Where can this really reverse? I would need this to get back above that 38.30 level for it to continue to go back higher. At the moment, I'm not interested in touching this at all or trying to guess which way it's going to go, because it looks like it's just coming lower and lower and lower every day. And I'm actually watching it to see if it can break that 35.50, then we can get a nice sell-off down to the 33. MU 1231.95 puts and WDC. All right, I don't know what you guys are thinking with buying such short-term expiries and still holding on to them. I discussed this earlier today. You guys really need to understand your strikes and expiries. If you're planning on swinging and holding anything more than 2 days, you don't use the same week expiry. Now, you're in those puts, great. It looks like it's working for you. Not sure when you got in or why you got in. I don't really see a specific pattern up until yesterday to buy puts. I didn't even see a bearish pattern to be buying puts on MU. But you're at a position where it rejected, great. Now it's putting in a little bit of an H in the pre-market. Under this 94.25 level, it could sell back down to that 91. All right, you might get lucky on this one, but again, really understand why and where you're buying your expiries and what your outlook is. Kind of already in the Snap call above 47. Let's take a look at Snap. 47.25. 47. Don't really see the level that you're telling me about. 47.25. Not really sure where that level came from. Again, not something that I would trade on Snap. Looks like there's still a lot of selling pressure here. The only time I would look to buy calls is over that 49.30 level on Snap. For me, it really needs to clear all this and get above this 49.30. if we get above that 49.30, we have the ability to pop back up at least to this 52 level. Why? Because there's not much resistance. We have straight sell-off, and over this little peak, this little valley that we have, which is resistance, we can try to get some short-term reversal back up. But to buy calls on a stock that is steady going down, I highly advise against that. Lemonade puts, I don't mind lemonade puts actually. I've been looking at lemonade puts. Yesterday I didn't really like how it moved, but I still like lemonade puts today. Under 39.20, can see further sell-off on this name. BIIBB puts at open, I think it's gapped down significant enough, but anyone who chased this yesterday is going to want to dump at the open. You might have a little bit of meat left on the bone if you want to buy the puts, but either wait for a pop to buy puts or a pattern, but don't just buy puts blindly at the open, because if anybody shorted this, they're going to come in and try to cover at the open, and it's going to rip against you and you're going to get tormented. Kroger, what's with you guys? I'm buying same week expiries on swings. You guys drive me nuts. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you're already in those Kroger 46 calls, but if you are, you should definitely look to take profits here. It's gapping up nicely. It's been a stock that's been running very well in the last few days, and it has this little pocket right up into this 45, 60 area. All right, if you're already in, I would definitely look to take profits as you're coming into a resistance area. If you're not in, I would not look to buy calls here at the open. It looks a little extended unless we push back above this 45.67 flag, show a pattern, then you can get in and chase those calls up. But if you're not in, it's a little bit extended now, even on the daily, for you to be buying calls on this. Orlando, good morning, my man. But I saw one of your videos on YouTube. Scanner, do you have any for options? So I saw your question there. I'm not really sure what you mean for options. I mean, we always trade the underlying in regards to, patterns and volume. In regards to options, what are you specifically looking for, right? If you can DM me on Twitter, we can kind of discuss it. But I use the underlying as my vehicle to kind of trade options. So I scan for underlying movements. Are your levels automatically populating on charts between timeframes? Yeah, my levels, once I put them on the daily time frame, they populate throughout every level that I have. Take a look at Silvergate Capital. I'm not sure what the ticker is on that. Silvergate Capital, SI, I guess you mean? Take a look at Silvergate Capital. Anyone have plays in Silvergate? Let's take a look at Silvergate. So we traded Silvergate at the break of this level a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, 157.13 to get into this pocket. We pushed up and it kind of sold off. So we made pretty decent money on this on the upside, I think. But now it's back down here, so really not interested in it. Again, needs to kind of show its face and decide what it really wants to do. But at this moment, I don't really see much play on SI. VZ flag on the daily. Let's take a look at VZ. Yeah, pretty decent flag here. Coming back down into this little moving average. But let's see. It really needs to stay above this 52 level. Once it does, then we can look for a breakout pattern. But at the moment, nothing here yet, because we need more time for this to consolidate, put in the flag, and then once that flag breaks out, we can take it to the upside. Still needs a little bit more time, so I will definitely keep it on the watch list. NEO, such a frustrating stock. Can I add at this level? Average it down for my long term. On NEO, I'm looking at 25s to average down on. Don't want to add here because there's a pocket still here to the 25.50 level. That's what I'm kind of looking at. Snow calls above 345.50. Let's take a look at calls. Snow. Guys, if you're still here and tuning in, go ahead and smash that like button. Snow calls over 345.50. 345.50. So let's take a look. 345.50. 345.50. Again, I don't know where this level of 345.50 is coming from, but you do have resistance right here. Right? So if you get into the 345.50 level, you're really fighting this 346.40, right? Would I trade this at that level? No. I would probably look for the 346.40 level to trade it, and then you can try to get that push to that 349, possibly 350 level on Snow. Nvidia and Roku puts. I like Roku puts, not so much the Nvidia. DKNG put. Let's take a look at DKNG. DKNG has been getting smoked recently. DKNG, I would only look for puts under 25.80 on this name. If we get under the 25.80, then I would look for puts. Otherwise, not interested because it might pop back up here. Need to get under 25.80. All right. Had BIB puts, couldn't sell them yesterday. Oosh. Copy, thanks. We'll do Kroger, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Kroger made a nice move. Nvidia 1231 calls. Nvidia, I guess you're trying to day trade this. Not really liking the pre-market action here. Failed to get back above yesterday's high. Only time I would look to buy calls on this is if we have some sort of reversal pattern intraday, or if we can get back above this at least 301 level. If we can get back over the 301 level, we could see the push to the 304. Other than that, don't try to buy puts out of the gates because it might just sell off on you and you might be stuck in a tough position. Lucid, I think we talked about. SI, we also talked about. UPST puts. UPST puts, not really. I'm not interested in the puts. I rather the calls on this one, unless we get under the 140.80. All right, the calls possibly over that 149 would be something that I'd consider on the UPST. All right, guys. So thank you guys all for tuning in. It is 9 a.m. I got to get back to my Discord and start planning for the day trades today. Hopefully you guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. It's been an absolute pleasure this past year being on YouTube and kind of helping every single one of you guys, as well as myself. It's been a rock solid journey, and I want to thank each and every single one of you guys. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, if you guys do have questions, make sure you reach out to me on Twitter or Discord, and make sure you guys have yourselves a safe and wonderful New Year's, and I will catch you all on the new year. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.